Yep, Shirley is here. She should be able to turn her camera on and
okay.
say
Hello.
hello.
Marvelous. Thank you very much.
Hi.
I'm sorry, Shirley. I know very little about you, so you need to have introduce yourself. But thank you very much for volunteering this talk to us. So please, over to you.
Shirley, you
Can you guys see
take
me and hear me?
control. Yep, you can take control of the slides. There should be a button for you along the top, and then that way you can move your slides along at your own pace.
There is a button. Use my.
If not, just say next slide, please, and I'll move it for you.
Okay. Oh, there is a button called Take Control. Okay.
There you go.
That's good. Okay. So thanks for inviting me to this event, and thanks for accommodating to a busy time schedule. But for what I hear, it looks like the event has been run fantastically. Okay, so in this slide deck, I'm going to talk about my engineering journey. That was the ask from the organizers. I will talk about a bit about myself and my journey, and hopefully, provide some guidance and information to anybody who wants to ask me a question. Shall I start? Yes? Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's see. Can you see that slide?
Yes, we can see your slide. Thank you.
Okay, so a little bit about me. So who I am? I'm the head of AI and data science accelerator at Leidos UK, and I'm also an advanced certified solution architect. So I suppose I need to talk about what is Leidos. Leidos is a large company. We are a global organization of around 50,000 employees worldwide. Our focus is mostly delivering solutions for national security, critical infrastructure, supporting governments in the US, UK, Australia. It's more like a AUKUS, NATO alliances. And basically, we work in various sectors, as I mentioned, national security and defense, intelligence, the civil sector, and logistics sector. The civil sector, it's basically local governments. We support Scottish Parliament, the Devolved governments as well, Scottish government, UK government, the central government, the HMRC, border security, metropolitan police, national highways, energy projects, and we also work with NATS, the National Air Traffic Solutions. So we provide a lot of airport solutions for scanning baggage, supporting passport control, and so forth. So our area of capabilities and work is quite focused in secure environments and secure delivery of technology and information. So I'm also an STEM ambassador. I am a member of the Engineering and Technology institution, and the suite is the Scottish Women in Technology. I'm based in Scotland, Leidos, UK. If we talk about that part of the business, we have offices across the whole UK. We cover all the corners of UK. We have offices in London, the Midlands, the North as well. So I live in Edinburgh, so my residence is here in Scotland, although I have my team is spread across the whole UK. So just to give you some perspective. Also, I enjoy participating and collaborating in community activities like this one, encouraging young people into disciplines of data science and engineering. I'm also was quite fortunate and honored to have received UK Outstanding Woman in Technology Employers Awards, which basically assessed the top female leads in technology and engineering of various companies. And I was selected first in the top 10. The event was in London. There were a lot of large organizations participating, and I was surprised to win last year that award. So that was a great recognition. So I was quite happy and content to receive that. Also, I have academic and industrial papers in data, trustworthy, ethical AI/ML, advanced manufacturing, robotics, automation, and other related emerging technology areas. I also hold a bachelor in computer science and engineering, a master in science, and a PhD in advanced manufacturing and operations management, and some Harvard University corporate leadership studies. And well, the best of all of my work is that I lead a team of data and AI specialists and engineers that are quite experienced and very talented. And most importantly, in my personal life, I'm a mother of two girls, one in a preschool and the other one in a school age. So they are my reason to move forward. So okay. And in the right side is just the areas that my work covers. As I said, Minister of Defense, Minister of Justice, National Security, NATS, HMRC, Crown Operations, Borders, and so forth. So, okay. So the next slide. Sorry, are we taking questions at the end?
Yes, we'll do questions.
Yes, let's do questions
at the end.
Okay.
And you should be able to move your slide along.
Yes. Okay.
There you go.
So what was my journey? My journey was, well, I am in the industry for over 20 years. I started at quite a young age at the school with science and engineering related topics. I enjoyed very much how to use technology and science to change process, improve process. But to be honest, I enjoy all the subjects. So at the beginning, I wasn't sure which area I will focus later on. At some point, I thought taking medicine. Another point, I took architecture. I love drawing, design. But then I think my dad convinced me to take engineering and focus with emerging technologies, which is like computer science, AI, and so forth. So I was like, okay, well, let's try it. Let's see how it goes. And I truly enjoyed. So after that, I did a degree, a bachelor in computer science and engineering. But I also, at young age, I work as a researcher because I was quite interested in not just learning the skill sets, but also applying in real cases scenarios. So there was a project that we used to partner with large companies at the university, and there was a project in IBM in computing imaging, AI with a focus to support the work of reconstructing buildings, especially old ancient sites. So I was quite excited to support that. So I became the principal research, and the best of all, they pay me. So I was having fun, I was learning, and they also pay me a salary. So I would say that was my first paid job. Then I went to, well, I love academia. I think one area that I truly enjoyed, apart from applying my skill set in industry, is to learn, especially when you're focused on engineering and technology. It grows quite exponentially and move quite fast. And I like that fast pace, and I like the application. So I wanted to understand more about how is the business focus and the application. So I took a master degree in computer science and engineering as well, technical, but also I wanted to learn more about the business world. okay, because that give you kind of a visualization of an use case or an end user perspective, which sometimes I see is lacking when you have an engineering, a heavily engineering background. So so I took it in global business because I wanted to explore more international arenas. And then I also, at the same time, because I enjoy the application of my skill sets, I work in industry and small, medium startups and small, medium companies um, as a software engineer, system architect, and design. Then, because I was successful, I suppose, within my master degree, I was offered to continue with a PhD. So I did a PhD in the School of Mechanical Materials and Manufacturing Engineering of the University of Nottingham in England. I did my PhD in Advanced Manufacturing and Operations Management, and basically focused on aerospace and high tech organizations, how we can embed robotics, data and AI, and all of the latest technologies in a very complex environment. So I think probably that was one of the best time in my life, because it was basically a lot of information. I did a lot of projects with aerospace defense companies like BAE, Rolls-Royce, Airbus, and so forth, and see their problems and see how technologies can support them in, solving a lot of the complex operation and processing, especially at shop floor in the manufacturing area, was quite exciting. At the same time as well, I didn't want to leave my industrial experience. So I was carry on becoming tech consultant, senior tech lead, and system architect as well for small enterprise. So I kind of have both at the same time. I always try to be busy, and I enjoy, because you can learn one from the scientific perspective and the other one from industry. Then I went to academia and research. I was the technical coordinator and principal investigator of large UK European research projects, and I was a senior research fellow from the Center of Innovative Manufacturing and Intelligent Automation, which was based in England. And it was basically a consortium of enterprise aerospace companies with universities. And we were basically working and delivering large scale programs. It was not just UK, it was Europe. So we have a lot of collaboration and partnership with other universities and enterprise across the European Union. It was quite exciting to collaborate with people from other countries. And then I never stopped being an SME and a senior tech lead for SMEs. So where I was able to support with consultancy. After that experience, I joined Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin is the largest defense contractor globally. And I joined as a technical lead initially, but then rapidly I scaled up to become a development manager and project leads of various programs in transportation and the aviation sector. So, and then the company, Lockheed Martin, kind of merged with another American company and became this new company called Leidos, which is where I'm currently working. So I have been working in Leidos for around 10 years. And I have had various roles. I became the head of product and engineering design from global airports and aviation, air traffic, and transportation divisions. Then after that, I took the role of head of emerging capabilities for Leidos UK and Europe. So basically covering all technologies and capabilities that were new, that were emerging, and that included data capabilities, artificial intelligence, robotics, how we can embed all those technologies across our programs. Currently, and then I moved to another role, which is the head of AI and data science accelerator, and I also became an advanced certified solution architect. So that's my current role, and it was more an expansion horizontally on the applications and sectors. Now I'm covering with my team and supporting programs across the board, national security and defense, civil and logistics, and energy as well. So it's quite exciting because you see a lot of the technologies and innovation being embedded in various sectors. So it's quite interesting. And well, what's the future? Well, I suppose because of my track record, I will carry on in industry and academia, continue with initiatives in data and AI, robotics and automation, and let's see where it goes. I just wanted to share, I don't know how much time we have. This is my last slide, just a day in my life. Okay, a day in my life, because sometimes, it's good to know what I'm doing, because sometimes my daughters start asking me, Mom, why you are always in the computer? And what exactly do you do? So currently, in my current role, it's all about data and how we can turn data into valuable knowledge. But not just data, I would say data and technologies is a pair, and people as well, process. So one of the motto of the company I'm working is Leidos is to make the world safer, healthier, and more efficient, because the areas that we work are quite critical and it impacts everyone in the community. Like everyone uses an airport, everyone goes across the border, you use the national highways, you are impacted for government decisions when you travel. So it's quite important to be to be quite work in an environment that resilience, trustability, security, responsibility are key elements. So my key activities is meetings and more meetings. I'm constantly in meetings all the time because I engage with programs, customer partners, teams. I got my team, so I have to give directions as well. They are supporting multiple projects. I also make strategic decisions on technologies and capabilities that we have to acquire within the company, partner or new partnerships with universities or other organizations, and also support missions. As I said, well, that's the third part as well. I already mentioned support programs with thought leaderships and expertise. I joined and give advice, and I lead the IRA programs and technology strategy innovation in the areas that I'm responsible of, engaging with teams and staff to provide support and mentoring and training. I also lead the upscaling and training program on areas of data and AI, collaborating with senior team, and also I have some time for learning and continue development. More important is to share that knowledge and make our projects and work being efficient and enjoyable, and that deliver those critical requirements that our customer needs. So, well, as I said, teamwork is quite important. Leadership skills is also critical. Mentoring, it is very important from within the company and outside the company, because all that brings key ideas. And probably I found this image and I saw, oh, well, that's kind of me in a computer with lots of idea bubbling, but a lot of team collaboration and work. So that's me. Thank you very much. And these are my details if you want to follow up.
Thank you very much, Shirley. That was really interesting. And thank you for sharing with us what moms do in their computers all day long.
Yes. Especially, well, I got a young toddler and I got a child at school age, and they keeps asking me, Mom, what do you do? It's quite complex sometimes to explain what you do.
Yes, mommy meets is often the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing your entire career with you. I was wondering whether you have some comments or advice about the differences of the sectors you've worked in, because you've bridged a fantastic range of topics, from the AI stuff you're doing now to your earlier work on manufacturing and different sectors and in different company sizes. And I was wondering whether you've got some advice on sort of what sort of shape of company fits whom.
I think, well, I always said when I started, I was more focused on academia and supporting a small, medium-sized companies. I think when you work in a small, medium-sized company, you have the opportunity to experience quite different roles and different problems because there's a limited number of people and there is a lot of problems that needs to be resolved. So that gives you kind of like the breadth of what is possible and to focus. Working on a large organization means you have to be more focused on particular areas, sectors, and so forth. Initially, as I said, when I moved from an SME perspective to a large corporation, I think my experience in academia, especially in research, helped because I was working in these big collaborative projects with a lot of companies and people. So that gave me an understanding of, multiple teams, multiple requirements, and then from there you have to prioritize. So when I moved to a large company like Lockheed Martin and then to Leidos, all those skill sets that I acquired throughout my career was quite helpful. So starting, I suppose, and because of my trajectory, I was quite fortunate to start in a large corporation, not as in a junior position, but more in a senior position, and then from there scale up to the current role that I have that give me that breadth. But I have seen other people starting the other way around. They have built careers in large organizations, and that give you an opportunity from an early career perspective, and then scale up to, being more senior and also explore other sectors. Regarding your question about different sectors within civil, national security, defense, and logistics is having an understanding of the customer needs and the difference of requirements as well. Because in a civil sector, obviously the end customers are, the governments, and the governments are accountable to the people, the society. Therefore, a lot of our engagements are more delivering to an end user from an end user perspective. While in national security and defense, we deliver projects to our government customers, but the focus is more around security, resilience, not necessarily, it has to be kind of in a close, safe environment and so forth, and the same with the logistics part. So it gives me that kind of variety depending of the interest that the company wants to look for regarding the business sectors. But I would say I'm quite fortunate to see various different ecosystems and business needs.
Thank you very much. That was really interesting. You really had a very interesting career.